Welcome back to another video. Lucky Bear's laying out in the driveway eating ants. I am talking about my beloved Segway E22. We'll start with the pros. It goes pretty quick, 25 kilometers an hour. I can get 28, 29 going down a pretty good sized slope. It goes up grades 2 and 3 times what this says it will do. It drops down to about 11 on some of the steep stuff, and I'm talking quite steep stuff. But beyond that, cruising around this thing absolutely motors. It's been rock solid reliable despite riding it in 6-inch deep snow, water past the floorboards, minus 25 degrees Celsius, plus 40 degrees Celsius, just beating the living tar out of it, launching it off curbs, bunny hopping over really bad transitions from sidewalks to curb or roads, all of it. This thing has been absolutely rock solid. It has no play, no slop, no anything. It's been an absolute treat to own. Negatives, we'll talk about the range a little bit. This isn't really a negative, but it would be considered a negative. This is rated at 44 kilometers to a charge. Realistically, I get 25. I leave it in sport mode because I find eco mode is just too slow. The accelerating is god-awful. It gets up to 15 kilometers an hour top speed, which just feels sluggish. It is horrible on hills. Absolutely horrible. It gets down to like 6 kilometers an hour. Like, I'm not much quicker than walking up the hill with it. But when I leave it on sport mode, it just hauls. Most of the steeper roads in my area, which are pretty substantial, they're quite a bit of work on the bicycle, I can still do like 16 kilometers an hour uphill. So it does really well. But the range takes a hit because I'm not willing to put it in eco mode to see if it's better. So I get like 25 to 28 kilometers per charge, which I think is more than acceptable. It was a big deal adding the extra battery. So I do recommend anybody that buys one without it or doesn't get like a G30 with the bigger battery in the base, like definitely look into the battery. It's a pretty big deal. Other negatives, I have had to service and tighten these bolts twice in 1 year. I know, so much work. It's been unbelievable, but we did have to do it. Little maintenance doesn't hurt anybody. But beyond that, this thing has been an absolute rock solid unit. I have towed my pack out. I have towed a bicycle trailer. I did a clamp system off the side. I have used it as a film rig. I featured it in a short film. I have ridden it under any and all types of conditions. I have never washed it. I coated it in salt all winter long because we get so much snow and so much salt went down. I never did anything, and it has performed flawlessly. So I will say the quality of this thing is exceptional. The paint quality is immaculate. Nothing sticks to it, which is great. I wish stickers stuck a little better, but I can live. I mean, as you can tell, the fenders are intact, the lights all work. Everything about this scooter has been absolutely amazing. And I have put over 800 kilometers on it. I have not ridden it further than 2 kilometers, maybe I got up to 5. But traditionally I stay within a 2-kilometer radius of where I live. So 800 kilometers in a 2-kilometer radius is quite a bit. But it's so much fun to hop on, bomb over to the bridge, see the sunsets, cruise around. I go to clients' houses on it all the time. I do the majority of my quotes on this scooter. Like, it's absolutely insane what I have done on this scooter. The work I've done, I have loaded up duffel bags full of tools. I probably had 40, 50, 60 pounds in a bag hanging off my shoulder, carrying lumber, headed to clients' houses. Like, there is nothing this scooter has not happily performed and done for me, and it still looks great doing it. Everybody that's ridden it's had a blast. I couldn't be more excited. The only thing I would change if I could, I would add suspension, because it is pretty vibraty at times. It's definitely a bit rough. I've had to bunny hop it on transitions and launch it off curbs and do all kinds of stuff. Again, it just kind of is what it is. It's a pretty simple model, so it has simple features. So, I don't know. Overall, it's a really great product, and it just took an absolute kicking. And I actually don't feel great about how I treated it, but I needed it to take what I put it through, and it did. So, that's it. It's my review. It's a great product. 800 kilometers, couldn't be happier. Looking forward to a whole summer ride. Till next time, drive safe, take care, and behave. As always.